Alright, so it's Sunday, which means there's a new Sakamoto Days chapter out. So we start right back off where the last chapter left us. It's still Osaragi fighting the baby lady, and she seems to have drank a lot of that poisoned water that I mentioned in the last chapter, to the point that she is starting to see her hallucinations of this lady as like a ghost, and Osaragi, she doesn't like ghosts, she's afraid of them. And the baby lady takes this as an opportunity to try and mess with her to get the upper hand, but Osaragi quickly breaks a mirror and says, no, ghosts don't have reflections and ghosts don't have shadows. Nice try, though. The baby lady starts freaking out because Osaragi is not human. She's something else. She's a crazed assassin of a human being. But she takes her baby and hides in a closet, but it's a little too late, and the baby gives them away, and then she collapses to the floor, saying that she needs a little rest, and then she'll be right back. And that's the end of the fight between Osaragi and the baby lady, and we quickly jump to Shishiba and the electricity guy. It looks like he has Tony Stark's heart. You get a little backstory on him, saying that his body was altered at Alkamar, and he was like the only person whose body did not reject the implants. The rest of the chapter is Shishiba during this fight having a kind of inner turmoil, or just kind of speaking with himself. He keeps remembering an old conversation that he has with Osaragi about leaving the business. And the chapter ends with him telling himself if Osaragi's gonna come back, then he might as well stay alive until she turns back around. And he's, I guess, keeping the fight going for as long as possible. Maybe he thinks he's going to lose. Something about what might be getting set up here is a little frightening to me. Most of the deaths in this series, outside of the obvious, minor antagonist deaths, has been members of the Order. Hio was a death that was pretty rough, and then Takamura. And it seems like the arc that's being set up in general is the end of Sakamoto Days. They could be setting up something very bittersweet where it's a double death between Osaragi and Shishiba. Shishiba says outright in this chapter that he has wanted to leave the assassin business, and I imagine there isn't a very good way to do that. I mean, clearly there isn't a good way to do that. Sakamoto got married and started a family and a business and still managed to get roped back in. So clearly the only way out of the assassin business is probably, unfortunately, death. Not a lot of meaningful character deaths happen in this series, so I am curious to see if this theory's right. But only time will tell. But anyhow, good chapter, nice action as always, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next one. I might as well just talk about it in this video as well real quick. The first episode of Steel Ball Run came out. Holy shit. I'm so excited for episode 2. Supposedly, it's coming back to being weekly, according to Netflix Chile, but we have a conflicting answer from an interview from somebody else at David Productions who sounds like he doesn't even work there, of like, well, I'm excited to see it. Hopefully it gets finished up soon. Dude, you're there. You're the guy behind the counter. You're the guy cooking up the fucking steak. You're supposed to see in real time when it's done, right? But I don't know. Praise be to Yugo Kanno for releasing the theme for Steel Ball Run. I can comfortably wait for the rest of the soundtrack now. This is not manga related, but Sam Kieth passed away yesterday, which is rough. He made the Max comics and a bunch of other stuff. Pretty bummed about that. Did not know that he had dementia, though. That's pretty fucked up. But may God rest his soul. That man really redefined what I thought a comic could look like. But if you have not read the Max, I implore you, go read the Max. Go watch the MTV cartoon as well. It does not cover the entirety of it, but it's a really good adaptation. Oh, shit. Don on a break this week. Well, I'll see you Tuesday.